G'day guys, Matt Bowman, Outback Bowmans. And today we're going to find out what the best backpacking coffee option is. Is it this? Do I need to grind my own beans out on the track? We're going to find out, we're going to go through, we're going to taste test, we're going to talk about cost, we're going to talk about packability, we're going to talk about rubbish, and we're going to find what works best for me when I'm backpacking, when I'm hiking, when I'm on a canoe trip. What is the best coffee option? So let's boil the kettle and we'll go through a bit of a taste test. We're also testing the theory that the watch kettle never boils. It's getting there. 99 degrees. I think we call that boiled. All right. So I'm going to go from one end of the spectrum to the other here with the coffee options. We're going to start with the smallest and lightest and the cheapest, right up to something a little bit more extravagant. And I'm going to think of these more as categories, not testing specific brands. So first of all, we've got sachets, then we've got coffee bags, or some fancy coffee bags, and then we've got the grinder and espresso maker. And I've got the Wakai mini espresso here, but this could absolutely be an AeroPress, for example, or another option, but this is the one I have. So think about this just as a category as far as our criteria. So let's list out our criteria. Price, absolutely. Price is a consideration in any backpacking scenario, no matter what piece of gear, food, equipment. Packability, how much does it weigh? How much pack space does it take up? But also we want to talk about the waste. How much are you then taking home with you as well? But then we're also going to talk about, whether it's a good cup of coffee. Is it enjoyable? And lastly, we'll also talk about just the process in making it and how that particular coffee option fits into your trip. So, got a clear mug so you can even see what it looks like. And I'm not even going to bother with this. Sorry, Mum. I know my mum drinks this stuff. I don't get it. But yeah, I'm not going to try International Roast. I know that it's not very good. Just going to give it a miss. But we'll try this particular brand. No dog shaking behind me. We'll try, this particular brand for a sachet of coffee. So first of all, these are super cheap. You can buy them in bulk at like Costco or online. I got them from the work cafeteria. I just grabbed a couple handfuls, and so they're effectively free. From a space and packability perspective, they do not take up very much space at all, and they don't weigh very much. There's a little bit of rubbish, but it packs so flat, and you can really, pack that down. I'm not sure whether it's something you should burn. You could, I guess, but I'll take it home. Not sure. And yeah, it's just, it's instant coffee. It's Nescafe, right? So, see how many times I can do this without burning myself. One cloudy cup. It definitely smells like Nescafe. It doesn't smell like coffee. And it's quite hot. It's not awful, but it's not good either. If I'm rating this out of 5, I give it probably a 2. Here's what it is. it's a caffeine delivery system. It's not a nice cup of coffee. It's really easy to prepare, like a bit of water, coffee. I didn't even stir this, just the water moving around my mug dissolved it perfectly. Super simple to prepare, but probably a 2 out of 10 on the taste, but scores quite well on the packability, price, waste metrics, but it's just a caffeine delivery system. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, moving down the line, gonna go the Humble Coffee Bag. I've got the Robert Timms Mocha Kenya style. So there's a bunch of different ones on the market. I took these on the Naji Wilderness Walk. They were my coffees every day, and they did the job as well. So think about sort of form factor, obviously bigger than the little sachets, but you'd hope to get a better quality coffee. They're a bit more expensive. They're still small, you know, you can fit a bunch of these in your pack, and for, you know, overnight trips and stuff, that's not too much to take. From a waste perspective, you know, you will have a wet, hot, potentially bag that you need to sort out, so you need to be able to manage that, and obviously the foil wrapper as well. So a bit more to them than the sachet, but hopefully a better coffee out of it. A trick I always try to do, just a little hack if you do like these, don't tear it all the way off, because then you get this little piece, and if you're going to lose a piece in the bush and it's going to end up, you know, in a fish or a bird, it's going to be that little tab. So don't peel it all the way down. All right, coffee bag. Again, let's not burn ourselves. Also note that I'm drinking all of these black without sugar, because that's how I roll when I'm hiking. And honestly, a lot of the time at home as well. I'm partial to a long black. You can see that steeping, permeating. And you do have a bit more control over how strong or weak you like that. So if you like a weaker coffee, you got a bit more control than with some of the other options. So that's also a consideration. Definitely a bit longer process than with the sachet, so there's definitely that. Give it a taste. It's still hot. It's much nicer than the sachet. It smells and tastes like a coffee, definitely. It's not a bad little luxury. I don't mind this at all. It's somewhere between the caffeine delivery system and a coffee, sort of on the cusp of that, so to speak. So yeah, I'd say definitely outscores the sachet 3 out of 5. Okay, item number 3 on our list is one of these preloaded drip filters, or rip and drips, or whatever you want to call them. I've got one here from Dog and Gun. They're an Australian company. I think they're out of Queensland. There are a bunch of different ones out there. I know the guys from Wild Touring, they've got theirs. So yeah, if these are the sort of thing you're interested in, there's a few good options out there. Bigger again than the coffee bag, not too much bigger, you know, in the sort of shape, and just marginally thicker, maybe 1.5 times all up. So we'll give these a try. Failed my own tip, didn't I? It already smells better. Like, it actually smells like coffee. So if you haven't seen these before, they are like a filter coffee that you would have in, you know, maybe at home or in cafes. And they've got these little tabs that they sit on your coffee mug. And you just need to carefully rip that bit off, put that in my pocket so it doesn't blow away. Oh, it smells really good. Yeah, and it's just got coffee in there. And yeah, you just pour it over or pour it in. You can see it dripping down there. So yeah, just fill it up a couple times. So just while we're pouring this, so we talked about size. These are more expensive again than the coffee bags. They're more of a, I guess a boutique brand. So probably not as mass produced, but and they're not as available. I had to order these online. I saw an ad on Instagram. Not sponsored, but you know, if you're any good, Dog and Gun, let's chat. But yeah, this is a full send, Dog and Gun full send. We'll give that a go. So we talked about price, talked about availability. A bit of a process, not an unenjoyable one though. You know, watching it drip, and you can have a bit of agency over the strength of it as well, just like the coffee bag. So I don't mind that. All right, we'll give that a bit of a squeeze. Pop that aside. Really good colour, looks like coffee, smells like coffee. We've definitely moved past the caffeine delivery system into like actual coffee territory, which is really good. It's not bitter at all. It's good coffee. Like if I ordered this at a cafe, if I just ordered a long black, or if I ordered a filter coffee and this got served up for me, I wouldn't be mad about that. Dog and Gun. Pretty good. A bit of waste. Like, that's bulky, it's wet. So if you're looking to get out of camp early in the morning, it's not really a quick coffee, but if you're like me and you want to sit around camp in the morning for just a couple of minutes and enjoy a coffee, especially, you know, it's starting to get cool, we're in autumn now, an enjoyable hot beverage in the morning, can't go past it. Dog and Gun. Just rinsed my cup and realised I didn't score it. I'm going to give that 4 out of 5, which is pretty good. I'm a Melburnian. I'm a coffee snob. So we don't give any coffee 5 out of 5. But genuinely a 4 out of 5. Happy with that. All right, let's move on to the extravagant. So, as I said in the intro, this is a Wakao Mini Espresso, and I've got a grinder. You couldn't bring pre-ground beans, I guess, but yeah. So it's this little thing. It's got its own little cup. That's your kind of pump, and it's got this reservoir that you put your water in, and then it's got your little head here. Coffee goes in there, goes together, fill that with water, pump coffee through, and you make a shot. So, let's grind some beans. From a size ability perspective, it's terrible. Probably get lighter grinders again, take some pre-ground beans, absolutely, but I can put a coffee out of pre-ground beans. This is what I'm doing right now. I know what it is to do. 5 or 6 course ground here. I'm definitely see like a morning routine one full of grain beans and make it really well. Got power can be probably won't do this today. And all that is just volume bulk. So this is weight here and yeah, a lot of process. From a waste perspective, because it's all very well contained, you're just discarding these things. So it's probably the least growth out of any of the different there. Right. This goes in there. I think the AeroPress is probably a simpler process than this, but yeah, this is one. Sorry. No, sorry. Sorry. Now this has a little thing, but almost. And then goes in there, or in here. I don't feel it, so I'm going to hold it in my hands. And that's going to make it. All right. That's a little touch in for shot, but we'll have it in here. There's pressure. Side switch. It looks and sounds the least appealing. It looks and sounds the least appealing. See if it makes a good cup. Can it beat 4 out of 5 from the Dog and Gun? There we go. All that, and we've got just a shot. But it's like a proper little espresso. It's got a crema. I don't know if it's coming up, but it's actually got, even though there's not very much there, a really slight cascade. But yeah, literally just makes just a shot. Obviously, it smells like coffee because it is just ground coffee beans. And it's fine. It's good. Like it's a good coffee. Well and truly beyond caffeine delivery system. It's a proper espresso. It's a shot of coffee. Can I sit around camp and enjoy that? I mean, I could add some more water and turn it into a sort of a longer black, short black, rather than just the shot. Seems to weaken it. Maybe that's my grind, but yeah. But we talked about cost. You know, the sachets are effectively, you know, you can get them free if your work doesn't mind you taking an extra sachet. The Robert Tims come in varying size packs. They can be quite good value for money. The Dog and Gun, a little bit expensive, but you get a really good coffee out of it without sacrificing too much sort of space and weight, where these things are about $100. And then, you know, if you're buying beans, you know, there's still that cost, that sort of ongoing cost. You don't have to have the grinder and such like I did. That's just me just trying to give a larger example. But like coffee wise, it's another 4 out of 5. But I think initial outlay, the process is really long to make a coffee. It's heavy. Like that's nearly a kilo on its own. It's got to be like maybe 700 grams on its own. Then there's the coffee that you've got to take with you. So yeah, fine for an overnighter. Canoe trips where weight doesn't matter so much, but yeah, still a good cup though. All right, bit of a recap and then we'll crown the best backpacking coffee, specifically backpacking. All right, coffee sachets. When are these good? These are good when space is at an absolute premium. If I'm doing a 2-week-long hike with no food drops, so I'm doing the Larapinta Trail or you know, the Great Southwest Walk or something like that, I just want caffeine. I want a caffeine delivery system that is small, that is light, that I can pack enough of to get me through the trip. But it is just that, it's just a caffeine delivery system. So not my first choice, but absolutely has a place. The coffee bag. These have been my go-to, honestly, over the last little while because they're really cheap. Well, sorry, they're cheap enough. They're really accessible. You know, most supermarkets carry these. They make a cuppa that you can actually enjoy. You know, when you're out in the bush, you're feeling like you're having a coffee, as well as being a caffeine delivery system. Not too much rubbish. Not bad. Like these are just, no one's going to judge you if this is your coffee option. The preloaded drip filter. Really, really good. Like really good. bit more expensive, bit less accessible, slightly more weight. But when you compare that to the quality of coffee that you get for the cheaper, more accessible, lighter options, if I've got the budget and the forethought to order online, I'm going to go with these. They're really good. The mini espresso. It's just a lot to take. For an overnight trip where you really want to have a good coffee, yeah, like if you can fit it. But it's heavy, it's bulky, and it takes the longest to make a cuppa. So if you're just out there, you're not doing big kilometers, you're not doing, a lot of climbing, siren going on in the background, you're not doing a lot of climbing where weight's not too much of an issue, then you're going to go with this. But yeah, having to crown the best backpacking coffee, I'm going to go with the Dog and Gun. Well, out of this comparison. There may be other brands out there that are even better than this, I'm not sure. But yeah, the Rip and Drips, the preloaded filters, I mean, it says it on the back. Bloody good coffee, ready for adventure. And this is the full send, so recommend it. There we go. Preloaded drip filters are my choice for backpacking coffee. Anyway, guys, I hope you found this video informative. If you've watched to the end, I really do appreciate it. Please do consider hitting the like and subscribe button. We're not a big enough channel for that to mean too much. It just, makes me feel really good in myself and gives me that little dopamine hit to go with my caffeine hit. Thanks very much for watching the Outback Moments. See you next time.